morning everyone, my name is Hafizul Hakim. So for today, I will be presenting the proposed foreign direct investment strategy for Farmfresh Berhad into the Chinese market. As we know, the global economy is increasingly interconnected, making international expansion a key driver for corporate growth and competitiveness. For consumer, product companies like Farmfresh Berhad diversify internationally not only opens new revenue opportunities, but also provides a buffer against domestic market saturation. Farmfresh, Malaysia's largest fully integrated fresh milk producer, has built a strong presence domestically over the past 15 years and has expanded operations into Australia, Singapore, Philippines, and Cambodia. The Chinese market, with its population of 1.4 billion, a growing urban middle class, and a $41.44 billion dairy market in 2024, represent a highly lucrative opportunity. Our analysis applies a structured pastel framework to assess the political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental factors in China. In addition, we use Dunning's ownership, location, and internalization framework to support our FDI recommendations. Finally, a staged joint venture strategy is proposed, complemented by a detailed risk mitigation plan to guide Farmfresh Berhad board in making an informed investment decision. To understand Farmfresh Berhad readiness for international expansion, it is important to review the company history and operations. Founded in 2009 by Louis Tuan Yee, Farmfresh started with 60 Holstein Jersey cows in Mawai, Johor, aiming to provide fresh, preservative-free milk to Malaysian consumer. This commitment to freshness was the company's initial competitive advantage. Over the years, Farmfresh has evolved into a fully integrated grass-to-glass dairy producer, operating over 5,000 across Malaysian and Australia farms and managing more than 13,000 cows and bulls. The company owns two major production facilities in Pahang and Johor, with a third facility in the Philippines established in 2024. The product portfolio now exceeds 216 items, ranging from fresh milk, flavor milk, UHT milk, yogurt, goat milk, and children milk powder to plant-based alternatives like soy, almond, oat, and rice berry milk. Additional offerings include cooking cream, cheese, butter, ice cream, and lifestyle outlets such as Jomcha, Inside Scoop, Cream House, and The Art. Regionally, Farmfresh exports ready-to-drink dairy and plant-based products to Singapore, Brunei, Philippines, and also Cambodia. This extensive presence positions the company to leverage its expertise and brand equity when entering new markets. Lastly, the domestic Malaysian dairy industry remains largely import dependent. However, Farmfresh leads the premium fresh dairy segment and the regional comprehensive economic partnership, or RCEP, offers a favorable trade environment for expansion into China. According to the target country analysis, which is China, represent one of the most desirable destinations for foreign direct investment. Its enormous population, rising middle-class consumer base, and demand for premium food and beverage products make it a high potential market. In 2024, China dairy market is valued at $41.44 billion and is projected to reach $55.12 billion by 2033 with a compound annual growth rate of 3.3%. This growth is driven by rising household incomes, rapid urbanization, and increased consumer awareness of health and nutrition. Consumer trends in China show a clear shift toward premium, organic, functional, and additive-free dairy products. Plant-based alternatives such as oat, soy, and almond milk are also growing in popularity due to lactose intolerance and changing dietary preferences. The competitive landscape is dominated by domestic giants like Yili Group and McNew Dairy, alongside multinational players such as Danone, Nestle, and Fonterra. While mass market competition is strong, Farm Fresh can differentiate itself by focusing on the premium, fresh, and natural segment. Additionally, China's mature digital commerce ecosystem, including platforms like Tmall Global and JD Worldwide, allows foreign entrants to access the market efficiently with a lower operational risk. This enables Farm Fresh to test consumer response before committing to large-scale investment.
Next, I will present the target country analysis for China, focusing on political, economic, and sociological factors. Firstly, for the political factors, China has a stable political system under the Chinese Communist Party or CCP. This political stability creates a safer environment for foreign companies to invest and expand their business operations. In addition, policies such as the Foreign Investment Law and trade agreements like RCEP and ACFTA help reduce trade barriers and encourage foreign investment. China also promotes healthy lifestyles and dairy consumption, which creates opportunities for farm fresh products. Furthermore, strict food safety regulations can benefit Farm Fresh because the company emphasizes quality through its grass-to-glass production approach. Secondly, for the economic factors, China is the world's largest economy with a population of the 1.4 billion people. The growth of the middle-income population increases demand for premium dairy products. Urbanization and changing lifestyles also increase demand for fresh milk, yogurt, ready-to-drink, and plant-based beverages. Besides, digital platforms such as Tmall, JD, and Douyin provide opportunities for Farm Fresh to enter the market with lower operation costs. However, competition from local brands like Yili and Mengyu remains a challenge. Lastly, for the sociological factors, Chinese consumers are becoming more health conscious and pay greater attention to nutrition and food quality. Due to lactose intolerance, many consumers' demand for plant-based beverages is increasing. Therefore, this creates opportunities for Farm Fresh to introduce its plant-based product range in China. Moving on to the second slide, I will explain the technological, legal, and environmental factors. For the technological factors, China is highly advanced in e-commerce, online payments, and logistics systems. Platforms such as Tmall Global, JD.com, and Douyin allow companies to reach customers efficiently without large physical investment. In addition, payment systems like Alipay and WeChat Pay make purchasing more convenient for consumers. Next, for the legal factors, China has strict regulations regarding food imports and product safety. Farm Fresh must comply with regulations such as GACC registration and Chinese food safety standards known as GB standards before entering the market. However, agreements like RCEP help reduce tariffs and improve product competitiveness in China. Finally, for the environmental factors, China focuses strongly on sustainability and aims to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060. Consumers also prefer environmentally friendly brands. Farm Fresh aligns well with this trend through its eco-farming practices, grass-to-glass model, and plant-based products. However, climate change and extreme weather may affect dairy production and supply chains. Overall, China offers strong opportunities to Farm Fresh due to its stable environment, growing consumer demand, and supportive market conditions.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. For my part, I will explain the market opportunity and competition for Farm Fresh Berhad in China. Firstly, China dairy industry show strong growth potential because of rising urbanization, higher disposable income, and stronger health awareness among consumers. The market value is USD 70 billion with annual growth projected at around 6 to 8%. Chinese consumers are also becoming more interested in premium dairy products, fresh and natural ingredients, plant-based beverages, and online grocery purchasing. This creates a good opportunity for Farm Fresh because the brand focuses on freshness, natural quality, and healthy dairy products. Next, for market segmentation, China dairy consumer can be divided into 4 main groups. The first group is urban middle class. They have higher income and are more health conscious, so they are suitable for premium fresh milk. The second group is family with children. They focus on nutrition and food safety, so Farm Fresh natural dairy product can attract this group. The third group is young consumer. They are influenced by digital trend and may prefer innovative products such as flavored milk and plant-based beverages. And the last group is Muslim consumer. Although this is a niche market, Farm Fresh can use its halal certification as a unique advantage. Therefore, the main target should be urban middle class consumer and family with children. For the competitive landscape, China dairy market is highly competitive and dominated by strong domestic and international players. The main competitors are Yili Group, Mengniu Dairy, and Nestle. Yili and Mengniu have strong distribution network, high brand recognition, and large production capacity. Nestle is strong in the premium segment because of its global reputation and consumer trust. Competition in this market is not only based on price. Companies are also compete through product quality, innovation, brand trust, and digital marketing. Because of this, Farm Fresh should not compete mainly on low price. Instead, it should position itself as a premium fresh dairy brand by highlighting freshness, natural ingredient, halal certification, and its grass-to-glass production model. Next is competitor analysis and market opportunity. Yili has a strong distribution and large-scale production, but it has a limited premium differentiation. Mengniu has a strong branding, but it has faced past quality concern. Nestle has strong premium reputation and global trust, but its products are usually more expensive. For Farm Fresh, the strength is freshness, natural ingredient, halal certification, and the grass-to-glass model. However, the weakness is low brand awareness in China because Farm Fresh is still a new trend. There are several opportunities for Farm Fresh. First, premium dairy demand is increasing because consumers are willing to pay more for healthy and safe products. Second, plant-based beverages are growing due to health awareness and lactose intolerance. Third, halal dairy products are still limited in China, so they give Farm Fresh a niche advantage. And lastly, e-commerce platforms such as Tmall, JD, and Douyin can help Farm Fresh reach consumers more easily. Okay, lastly, there are several challenges and competitive pressure. The first challenge is strong domestic competition. Local brands such as Yili and Mengniu already have a strong distribution network and loyal customers. The second challenge is strict regulation and import requirement. Farm Fresh must comply with China food safety standards, certification, and regulatory procedure. The third challenge is low brand awareness because Chinese consumers may not be familiar with Farm Fresh. The fourth challenge is cultural and consumer preference differences. Chinese consumers may have different tastes, packaging preference, and expectations. To overcome this challenge, Farm Fresh should use a premium differentiation strategy, strong digital marketing campaign, product localization, and strategic partnership or joint venture with local companies. In conclusion, although China dairy market is competitive and challenging, Farm Fresh still has strong potential to succeed by using the strength in freshness, natural quality, qualification, and customer
Good morning and Assalamualaikum everyone. For this section, I will present the strategic entry and recommendation for Farm Fresh Berhad in expanding into China. This section focuses on four main areas, which are the proposed market entry strategy, competitive positioning, risk assessment and mitigation, as well as strategic recommendation for long-term sustainability. Based on our analysis, China offers strong market potential for Farm Fresh due to its large population, growing middle-class consumer, and increasing demand for premium dairy products. Next slide is proposed market entry strategy. The most suitable market entry strategy for Farm Fresh Berhad is joint venture or JV, together with foreign direct investment, also known as FDI. China has one of the largest dairy market in the world, supported by rising health awareness and increasing demand for premium dairy and plant-based products. However, the market is also highly competitive and regulated. Through a joint venture strategy, Farm Fresh can collaborate with a local Chinese partner to gain better market knowledge, easier access to distribution channels, and stronger understanding of local consumer behavior. In addition, this strategy helps reduce investment risk and operational uncertainty because both parties share resources and expertise. Therefore, the joint venture FDI strategy provides a balanced approach between market access, operational control, and long-term business growth. Next slide, there are several alternative entry strategies, but they are less suitable compared to joint venture. First, direct exporting may create issues related to product freshness and cold chain logistics, especially for dairy products. Second, licensing may reduce Farm Fresh control over product quality and brand reputation. Third, establishing a wholly owned subsidiary would require very high capital investment and expose the company to higher regulatory risks. Therefore, joint venture is considered the best option because it allows Farm Fresh to maintain strategic control while also reducing operational and financial risk through local partnerships. Oli framework. This recommendation is also supported by Dunning Electric Paradigm or the Oli framework. First is ownership advantages. Farm Fresh has strong brand reputation, high product quality, and its unique grass-to-glass business model. The company also offers premium dairy and plant-based products. Second is location advantages. China provides a huge market opportunity due to its large population and rising urban demand for premium dairy products. Third is internalization advantages. Through FDI, Farm Fresh can maintain product quality, protect its brand reputation, and improve supply chain efficiency. Overall, the Oli framework supports the suitability of joint venture FDI for Farm Fresh expansion into China. For the next slide, competitive strategy. In terms of competitive strategy, Farm Fresh should adopt a differentiation strategy. The Chinese dairy market is highly competitive, with strong players such as Inner Mongolia Yili Industry Group, China Mengniu Dairy Company, and Nestle dominating the industry. Because of this, it would be difficult for Farm Fresh to compete using cost leadership. Instead, Farm Fresh should focus on its unique strengths such as freshness, natural ingredient, quality assurance, and premium branding. The company also has strong potential in plant-based beverage, which match the increasing health-conscious trend among Chinese consumers. Besides that, Farm Fresh should strengthen its digital positioning through platforms such as Tmall Global, JD.com, and Douyin to increase brand awareness and engage with consumer more effectively. Next, risk assessment and mitigation. Although China offers strong growth opportunities, FarmFresh also faces several risks. The first is regulatory and compliance risks because China has strict food safety laws and import regulation. This can be managed by using the expertise of the local joint venture partner and implementing strong compliance monitoring. The second is competitive risks due to intense competition from local and international dairy companies. FarmFresh should focus on premium differentiation and product innovation to remain competitive. The third is financial risks, such as an exchange rate fluctuations and rising operating costs. This can be reduced through paced investment and careful financial planning. In addition, supply chain and logistic risks can be managed through strong cold chain partnership, while cultural risks can be addressed through market research and product localization. Next, for strategic recommendation. For long-term sustainability, FarmFresh should focus on several strategic initiatives. First, the company should localize product and packaging according to Chinese consumer preference. Second, FarmFresh should strengthen its digital marketing and online presence because e-commerce plays an important role in China's consumer market. Third, continuous product innovation and sustainable business practice are important to maintain competitiveness and strengthen brand reputation. In conclusion, China offers strong long-term growth potential for FarmFresh Berhad. Based on our analysis, joint venture FDI is the most suitable strategy because it's balanced market opportunity, strategic control, and risk management. Thank you.
I will explain the risk analysis and mitigation for FarmFresh Berhad when enter the China market. Although China offers huge business opportunity, FarmFresh may still face several strategic and operational risks that could affect its business performance and long-term sustainability. The main risks include regulatory and compliance risks, competitive risks, financial risks, supply chain and logistic risks, culture and consumer preference risks, and reputational risks. Therefore, effective risk mitigation strategies are very important to reduce operational problems, protect the company reputation, and ensure sustainable business growth in the China market. The first risk is regulatory and compliance risk. China has very strict food safety law and important regulation, especially for dairy products. FarmFresh must comply with requirements set by China authorities such as GACC and SAMR. If the company fails to comply with this regulation, it may lead to shipment delay, product rejection, and financial penalty. Besides that, it may also damage the company brand reputation. To reduce this risk, FarmFresh should collaborate with an experienced local joint venture partner who understand the China regulatory system. In addition, the company should establish a compliance management team, conduct regular audit, and provide continuous staff training to ensure all products meet China food safety standards. The second risk is competitive risk. China dairy market is highly competitive because it is dominated by strong domestic and international brands such as Geely Group, McNeil Dairy, Nestle, and Danone. Since FarmFresh is still a new entrant in China, it may face difficult in compete with this established company, especially in terms of brand recognition and market share. To overcome this challenge, FarmFresh should apply a different strategy by focus on its unique strengths such as fresh, nature ingredient, halal certificate, and premium product quality. Besides that, the company should strengthen its digital marketing through platforms such as Tmall Global, JD.com, and Douyin to increase brand awareness and consumer engagement. The next risk is financial risk. Enter a foreign market like China require high investment and operational costs, including marketing, logistics, localization, and staffing expenses. In addition, fluctuation between the Chinese renminbi and Malaysian ringgit may affect the company profitability. Economic issues such as inflation and economic slowdown may also influence consumer purchasing power and business performance. To minimize the risk, FarmFresh should use a gradual investment strategy instead of making large investment at the beginning. The company should also implement proper budgeting and cost control measures, apply currency hedging strategy, and reduce financial pressure by sharing investment costs through the joint venture approach. The fourth risk is supply chain and logistic risk. Dairy products are highly perishable, so FarmFresh must maintain an efficient cold chain system to preserve product fresh and quality. Any failure in the cold chain process may damage the product and negatively affect customer satisfaction and brand reputation. Furthermore, logistic operations in China are quite complex due to the country's large geographic size. To reduce this risk, FarmFresh should work with experienced logistic and cold chain service providers. The company should first focus on major cities such as Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen before expand to other regions. FarmFresh should also utilize inventory monitoring system and quality control technology to improve supply chain efficiency. The next risk is culture and consumer preference risk. China consumers have different preference compared to Malaysian consumers in terms of taste, packaging, and advertising. Products that are successful in Malaysia may not necessarily perform well in China. Therefore, FarmFresh needs to conduct continuous market research to better understand local consumer behavior and preference. The company should also adapt its product flavor and packaging according to local tastes. Besides that, collaborate with local influence and digital content creators can help improve consumer engagement and increase brand awareness in the China market. The last risk is reputational risk. In the dairy industry, product safety and quality are extremely important because they directly affect consumer trust. Any product safety issue or negative publicity may seriously damage FarmFresh brand image and sales performance. To minimize this risk, FarmFresh must maintain strict quality assurance standards throughout its production and distribution process. The company should also conduct regular product testing, prepare crisis management plan, and ensure transparent communication with customers and stakeholders. These actions are important to maintain consumer confidence and strengthen FarmFresh's reputation as a premium dairy brand. In conclusion, China offers strong growth opportunities for FarmFresh Berhad due to the increasing demand for premium dairy and plant-based products. FarmFresh also has several competitive advantages, including its glass-to-glass business model, premium product quality, and diversified product portfolio. Based on the overall analysis, the joint venture with foreign direct investment strategy is the most suitable market entry strategy because it helps reduce business risk, improve market access, and provide valuable local expertise. With effective risk management and strong strategic planning, FarmFresh Berhad has strong potential to achieve long-term success and sustainable growth in the China market. That's all from us, 22A07. Thank you.